Yo, what's up, everybody? Yeah. Welcome to the Mike Dolce Show. Back again on Monday, August 26th. Should I be time stamping these? I let you know what day it is. It doesn't matter because this information is timeless. The things that I tell you are tried and true, they are evergreen. This is the way it is. There's no internet fad, pop culture diets here, ladies and gentlemen. All we're doing is bringing you the most honest, actionable, evidence-based information to save you time, to save you money, and to get you back on the gains train. Losing fat, gaining strength, feeling better, energized, living longer, having fun, getting rich in the process. That's what we're trying to do. The topic of the day is carb fueled fat loss. And I know this is not a popular opinion this day and age of internet marketing schemes and click funnels, SEO, tags and keywords and Google AdWords and all of the other gobbledygook that is taking the place of evidence-based health and fitness nutrition. You see, fitness world has been co-opted by internet marketers. And what does that mean? That means your favorite fitness expert is taking their lead from someone who is selling them on a plan to increase their user base, increase their conversions, increase their click counts. Unfortunately, what is being purported as health and fitness information these days is no longer than a Ponzi scheme built on a 36-month platform, in that these internet fad diets, they go out of business quick. They peak in 12 to 18 months and they crash in 12 to 20 to 36 months, excuse me. But you know, Uncle Mike is here dropping the truth for you. So, what is carb fueled fat loss? And why am I even talking about this? Dolce, shouldn't you be talking about keto? Shouldn't you be telling us to completely exclude an entire macronutrient group? And with that, shouldn't you be telling us that sugar is bad and whole food items like blueberries and strawberries and raspberries and quinoa and oats all contain sugar? Therefore, they're bad. Dolce, shouldn't you be telling us to eliminate all plant-based foods in order for us to be healthy or fit or lose weight? Dolce, shouldn't you be telling us to take thermogenics and fat burners and preservative-laden synthetic toxic chemicals to increase our fat-burning lipotropic process? Dolce, what are you doing wasting your time on the microphone teaching us the tenets of real food, teaching us the principles of human biology? Dolce, why are you wasting your time educating the population on nutrition and dietetics when instead you should simply be selling us some sort of pill, powder, potion, or program dedicated to the quick fix? Don't you know, Dolce, that that's what sells? Man, what are you doing? I'm surprised. You even watch this channel. Not that you watch this channel, because you are the enlightened. You are the intelligent. You are those willing to ask the question, why? Really? Are you sure? And that is the exact person I want to be talking to. I want to speak to the educated, the informed individual that will actually think for themselves. They will hear information and they will put it on their own scale to determine if it truly makes sense or if it is just another internet marketing scheme put forth by a faux fitness fraud desperately trying to pay their Tesla lease payment, trying to cover that payment on that Model 3, that Model S, or whatever the heck it might be. Uncle Mike's not doing that. I am here to drop the truth, and the truth will set us free. Carb fueled fat loss. What does that mean specifically? That means we know without a shadow of a doubt, and debate me on this, all you keto experts, all you carnivore experts, all you intermittent fasting experts, please support at thedolcediet.com. Shoot me a DM on Instagram because Uncle Mike is happy to talk to you. If you do disagree, I'm happy to have this conversation in an open public forum. Mine, yours, third party, that's fine. Carbohydrates stored as glycogen expressed as glucose is the primary fuel source for the human body, for all muscular athletic activity, for the brain. Glucose is the primary, the most efficient, the most in-demand fuel source that has the most benefit. And carbohydrate-rich foods offer a wide variety of micro and phytonutrients that are necessary for all cellular activity. The exclusion of these food items, of these ingredients, of these food products is nothing short of criminal, ridiculous, fraudulent, myopic, uneducated, greedy. I think that's a pretty good start. Those in the industry who are telling you not to eat carbohydrates, they don't know what they're talking about. They don't know what they're talking about. Why? Carbs will make you fat. That's a lie. Every athlete standing on an Olympia stage has fueled their body with massive amounts of carbohydrates to look the way that they do. They're actually refeeding their body with carbohydrates just before they step on the stage to look even better, to look leaner, to be drier. And that's the truth. Some do drop carbohydrates and some increase carbohydrates. Jay Cutler would famously eat 1,000 grams of carbohydrates. 4-time Mr. Olympia. That list goes on and on. Track athletes, tennis players, jiu-jitsu practitioners, mixed martial artists, NFL linebackers, hockey players, athletes, the list goes on and on. Carbohydrates are essential for optimal performance and also for optimal lean mass ratios. Well, what does that mean? You said carb fueled fat loss. How does carbohydrates fuel my fat loss? There's a variety of ways. And the one that I want to touch on right now is the expression of activity, the stimuli for muscular replication, the ability for you to push harder, farther, for longer periods of time. If you are not consuming carbohydrate-dense foods, again, stored as glycogen, expressed as glucose, you will not be able to do that. You will not be able to PR. You might be able to PR relative to your fasted PR, but that is not a true PR, and a PR means a personal record for you that might not have heard that term before. The athletes who do consume low to moderate, sometimes high carbohydrates, have a vast amount of performance data that clearly shows their ability to optimize their potential, to optimize their training demand. Glycogen or glucose or carbohydrates, I should say, carbohydrates has a muscle sparing benefit, which means those who eat carbohydrates are able to maintain more lean muscle tissue than those who do not, especially as we pull back for longer periods of time. Those who follow a zero carbohydrate diet or an extremely low carbohydrate diet, or those who dramatically limit the amount of carbohydrates they take in throughout their day, specifically with those who fast during those feeding windows, have a dramatic disadvantage when compared to those who can freely eat carbohydrates with regulation based upon their activity, their individual physiology, and their forward-looking goals. I hope that all makes sense for you guys. I see there's a lot of questions, and I will answer your questions here. So when we say carb-fueled fat loss, what does that mean from a practical perspective? From a practical perspective, you should be eating carbohydrates in a wide variety from earth-grown nutrients. You should be eating plant-based carbohydrate sources. What would that be? That would be blueberries and strawberries and raspberries and blackberries. That would be bananas and pears and apples and pomegranates and papaya and mango and kiwi and oranges. That would be quinoa and oats and rice and beans. That would be a wide variety. The wider the variety, the better. Where many of those faux fitness frauds will tell you to eat nearly no plant-based sources for some crazy reason. I don't understand this. It makes no sense. There's no scientific data to support this, specifically when long-term outcomes are taken into consideration. When we do look at long-term outcomes that come from peer-reviewed scientific literature, we see the healthiest humans on the planet who live the longest periods of time with the lowest incidences of negative health outcomes, or those who do eat moderate carbohydrates for the entirety of their life, the 80, 90, 100 plus years that they are on this planet. And they are also very active relative to the average individual. These are carb fueled humans. They're not eating processed carbs. They're not eating synthetic toxic chemicals. They're eating a wide variety of earth-grown nutrients, local, organic, minimally processed, minimally prepared. Wide variety in small, relatively small amounts in even intervals throughout their day. That's a fact. And please, please refute this fact if you may. I would love to have this conversation with you and we can go deeper into context, but I do highly doubt I will have anyone dare to have this conversation with me, because they will hit a dead end with their ability to come up with true, accurate data without conflating it, and they will be unable to make the point publicly when speaking with someone like myself, who has 30 plus years of experience in bringing about a wide variety of changes to the average healthy adult, from the elite Olympic medalists all the way down from individuals suffering from PCOS or heart disease or blood sugar issues. We have more than enough data right here in my own office to cite that makes this conversation relatively worthless for those fitness experts out there. But for you listening, I always want you to have actionable takeaways. So what does that mean? That means you should be eating a diet that is diverse. I do suggest a omnivore-based diet, which is you're eating both animal and plant ingredients. I understand the vegan mentality. I understand the carnivore mentality. But the most effective nutrition program is that of the omnivore. And once again, scientific data does support this. And I'm happy to discuss this also with the vegans. Although I am more aligned with a fully plant-based lifestyle than I am a fully animal-based lifestyle. If I had to choose the two, to only be a carnivore or only be a vegan, I would only be a vegan, and I would be not quite as big and probably not quite as strong, but I would be quite healthy, and I would have a very long, happy, healthy life with a very low percentage of negative health outcomes. Following a fully carnivore diet, specifically those that are in the pop culture media today, my goodness, that would be horrific. I would have zero desire to follow such a disordered eating program. The omnivore-based meal plan is by far the best, and I think that's been proven, and I could certainly cite thousands, hundreds of thousands, or millions, billions, one could say, of individual outcomes that do support that. When we talk about an omnivore-based diet, we don't talk about the traditional American diet. We're not eating cheeseburgers from McDonald's, and we're not eating whatever crap humans eat these days. Ours is quite different. Again, we follow a diet based upon earth-grown nutrients that are raised organically. And organically doesn't necessarily mean USDA organic logo stamped on it. Organic is in the true sense of the word. They are raised in a manner that is congruent with the cycle of the earth, the cycle of the actual ingredient itself, unmolested by man's dirty, greedy, little pesticide-laden hands. That's what we strive for organic. We would call a line-caught salmon organic. That would be organic. We do have a garden on my own property. We go to farmers markets who oversee very organic practices. This list goes on, and that's a different podcast or episode. I'm nearly 15 minutes deep on this. So again, takeaways: you should be eating carbohydrates, you should be eating fruits, you should be eating vegetables, you should be eating some grains, you should be eating beans, you should be eating legumes, you should be eating these foods. The vast majority of you, the average healthy adult, should be eating these foods, and those foods will allow you to become more active. so you can further express your inherent athleticism. And all humans have athleticism inside of them that they should be expressing. I don't care if you sit 12 hours per day behind your little laptop coding away or playing video games or standing in a courtroom, fighting over contract law. I don't care what your quote job is. I do care that you are a human, and as a human, you should be expressing the full ability of your biology. And most of us do not. Most of us do not take this as serious as they should, and they don't express it to the level that they should simply because they're listening to the wrong people. What my job is to simply open up a conversation, a thought process for you to understand the value of carbohydrate rich foods, micronutrient, phytonutrient dense foods. Micronutrients are catalysts for all cellular activity. If you are limiting the amount of carbohydrates, of micronutrient dense foods, of phytonutrient dense foods, you are limiting the amount of possible cellular activity, the health of the cells itself. We look at this more as cellular health than anything else. I don't care as I talk what your body fat is. I don't care what your muscle mass is. I care about the cellular activity and ensuring that you have enough of the raw materials necessary on a cellular level to perform the tasks that are in front of you in this life that we're living. And if we are fully expressing our potential as humans, we understand that there is an athletic component that we can then unlock. Finally, then we can start to talk about the body mass composition, the lean mass ratio, the expression of our athletic activity, the ability for us to perform, to go harder, to go farther, to go longer. That's what this is about. Many people think, well, I'm not a professional athlete. That does not matter. You are a human. They are of the same species as you. You have the ability to perform in a manner relative to yourself, just like they can. I might not be able to slam dunk a basketball, but I still enjoy playing basketball with my friends. You should be able to do that. You are not too old. You are not too weak. You are not too short. You are not too slow to go and move your body in a manner that is progressive and scalable and increases in the ability to go harder, to go longer, to go faster. That's what this is about. And if you are limiting carbohydrates, then you are no longer initiating the muscle building process to the level that you should be. You are no longer allowing for optimal fat utilization. You are no longer expressing your full ability as a human. This is true. I don't know anyone who can refute this. So it's odd that this being true, those faux fitness professionals, they find ways to conflate this information so they can roll you into their click funnels and they can try to convert you and monetize you based upon their product or pill or powder or potion of the month of this cycle, of this pop culture SEO keyword cycle. And that sucks and that pisses me off. And I talk about this all the time. And it always goes back to that, because if there was honesty in the health and fitness world, every health and fitness professional would be speaking like this. This isn't my information. This is the fact. These are just the facts. All I'm doing here is sharing the facts with you. And every credible fitness professional knows this to be true. They built their entire career, they built their entire body, they built their entire life doing all the things I'm talking about. But once they have the ability to convert you and monetize you, they have to sell you into something else. In my opinion, they should focus most of their time educating you on what is most beneficial to the average healthy adult. The same foods that have sustained all of life on this planet since the dawn of time is what I tend to speak about most of the time, because that is the most beneficial for most of the people most of the time. Not a niche percentage of the population for a very small percentage of their time, which is what they all try and do. So if you appreciate this, if you agree with that, then give this video a thumbs up. Bang, bang, bang. Bang, the thumbs up lets me know you're there. It lets me know you care. And hopefully it lets the YouTube algorithms know that you are engaging with this channel. Now, let me answer a few questions here. Luis Delgado, hell yeah, Uncle Mike dropping vids left and right every day, 6 days a week. That's the goal. Junior Reyes with example meals. What's that mean? Mike Benavides, sub coach, thumbs up. Always wondered if you could pick a non-fighting athlete or a superstar that you think would have or could have currently destroyed if they had MMA training in the sport. I think all of the top athletes, I think like Mike Tyson probably would have done extremely well in MMA, very low center of gravity, very explosive, probably would have been an amazing wrestler. I think Tyson would have been great. I think Evander Holyfield for the same way would have been amazing. Also, I would put Holyfield in a Randy Couture style of category. He had amazing dirty boxing. Those are two that I can think of. Body Shoots. Yeah, Daddy's back. What's up, Body? Real keto diet. Brain mainly fueled by ketones produced in the liver when carb intake is very low. On a standard low carb diet, the brain will still be largely dependent on glucose. True. Most of the time, the brain is dependent on glucose because the body, even in a carbohydrate deficit, the body has a natural built-in survival mechanism called gluconeogenesis, which will turn fat and amino acids into glucose because that is the primary fuel source. That's the truth of it. The body, those who are on these ketogenic diets are like, man, I'm on a ketogenic diet. I'm eating zero carbs, but I'm still not in ketosis. It's because the body keeps converting the fat that they're taking in and the protein that they're taking in into glucose. And most of those that are following ketogenic diets, following these self-proclaimed ketogenic experts, aren't on a true metabolic ketogenic diet because they're taking in way too much protein in the first place because they don't even understand what a medical ketogenic diet is or the metabolic state of ketosis. They don't even understand it. They saw their YouTube other dude in their YouTube recommended video feed start talking about keto, so they're just parroting what he or she said. They heard it on a 1 or 2 or 3 of their favorite podcasts, so they just start parroting what he or she said. They don't even understand it. They don't have the breadth of knowledge to even understand it, and that's what sucks. And then they're actually pushing this information down into the population. So that's what happens. Cairo, what up, coach? What up, Cairo? Lewis, have jujitsu at 6 a.m. Should I have a breakfast bowl before practice and a shake after? If you can get it in, you might want to blend the breakfast bowl. It's up to you. But if you can digest it, I would. Gedalia. Hey, Mike, trying to make a sense of all the info on YouTube as a diabetic, not on meds, controlled by diet and working out. I went carb restricted with less than 100 carbs per day. Is your program with all the carbs you suggest okay for a pre-diabetic? Do you have diabetics lose weight and optimize their blood, insulin, and sugar on your style of feeding? Well, Gedalia, I will have to say first and foremost, this is not medical advice. This is for information purposes only. Please consult with a doctor before starting this or any diet or exercise program. Everything I say right now is just in generalities and is not intended to diagnose or prescribe for any illness. So let's just talk about me in general. Don't do anything I'm telling you just for safety perspective. Again, speak with your doctor. Our team has worked with a wide amount of individuals. Many of the individuals we have worked with have had certain challenges with regard to blood sugar, whether it be pre-diabetic type 1 or type 2, or even certain versions of PCOS. There have been certain challenges with regards to blood sugar. What we have found is a large percentage of those we work with have dramatic health progress as a result of following our style of nutrition. Now, each program needs to be personalized to the individual. So again, this is not specific information to you. What we suggest is you go to your doctor and you show your doctor, let's say, our Living Lean cookbook and say, Doc, what of these meal plans can I not eat? Or you go to the DOLCEdiet.com, you purchase our 4-week or 12-week personalized program and you show it to your doctor and you say, Doc, which of these should I not eat or be wary of? What you will find is we have a low to moderate total carb intake from real food, rather slowly digesting. Most of our food pairings are. If we're having a simple sugar, usually that simple sugar is paired with an essential fat. If we're having a carbohydrate dense meal, that carbohydrate is typically paired, again, with essential fats and essential amino acids. The breakfast bowl, oats, high amount of fiber, relative fiber, chia seeds and hemp seeds and coconut flakes and cinnamon and blueberries and strawberries and raspberries, all being a part of that, and even almond butter and or peanut butter. These have these type of foods and these type of meal pairings have shown to be more beneficial for certain individuals who do suffer from certain blood sugar related issues. I assume you are understanding what I'm saying here. What I can say is we've had amazing outcomes from people who have followed our program. Following our programs as compared to all of the other exclusionary disordered eating programs, or it appears to be much more beneficial short and long term to follow our well-rounded, well thought out, evidence-based, battle-tested nutrition strategies, as opposed to these disordered fad diet programs that are too prevalent in the health and fitness industry. I hope that's helpful, Gedalia. Now, what I can say is you can certainly work with us one-on-one, where you can work one-on-one with one of our registered dietitians licensed to work directly with you based upon your diagnosis in conjunction with your medical team. That's what we do. We offer 30-minute consultations or 8-week or more personalized nutrition programs created from a registered dietitian just to work with individuals like yourself that do have a little bit of a challenge. Nice guy, get fit, get healthy, still die eventually. The healthier you are, the more people you'll see die around you, the longer you live. Oh, I don't know that that's a bad thing. A real 1,000 ways to skin a cat. A low carb diet will be effective for fat loss. A Palumbo style keto diet, high protein, good fat, zero carbs, works for many. Better mentally, no blood sugar fluctuation. Real, but for how long? Honestly, how long? This is the problem. How fucking long? How long? How long does that work? And this is what we get down to. I'm not mad at you, real. How long, though? How long can you follow a zero carbohydrate diet? How long can you do that shit? A day? 3 days? 10 days? Then what? Then you're fucked. You can't do it anymore. You go batshit fucking crazy. And then what? And then what? And then you start eating carbs and you can't stop yourself. You go crazy and you slingshot past where you were. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Why are you following disordered eating practices for short periods of time for limited outcomes? Why? This is the question. And this is where, and I like Dave, and it's not Dave, and I know Dave's content. And in a way, real, you're taking Dave's content out of context. I've heard Dave go long and deep, talk about this stuff. That's not what he recommends. He puts people on these ketogenic diets strictly and solely for bodybuilding competition, and usually in the last few days to couple weeks beforehand. And it goes batshit. People go batshit crazy the longer they're on it. And most of the people following those style of ketogenic diets for bodybuilding competitions are on boatloads of performance-enhancing drugs. That's the truth of it. For the average, and I'm talking to the average healthy adult, the non-drug assisted adult, knowing that if you're drug assisted, the stuff that I say works awesome too. It works awesome too. There's certain programs that you have to be on drugs for them to work really well. There's other programs like ours, you don't have to, you shouldn't, you don't need to be on drugs, and you don't even need to be on drugs if you're following our style of program. But real, that's the truth. How long can you do that for? How long can anybody do that for? Truly, how long can you go zero carb for and not go batshit crazy, not walk into the gym and feel like a fucking zombie and not see all of your strength levels start to drop, all your endurance levels start to drop? How long? Couple days, couple weeks max. And then what? And then you bounce. And then you revert. And then you say, fuck, I should have been following DOLCE's program for the last 3 weeks, 3 months, because I would have been making incremental progress all the way through. I would be eating a micro and phytonutrient dense food supply, constantly ensuring I have all the vital raw materials I need to be healthy, which then allows me to create the short-term sports performance outcomes I'm looking for. That's the truth of it. That's it. So why so much vitamin C on 3 weeks of shred? It's only for a few weeks. Towards the end, vitamin C has a natural diuretic effect, and vitamin C is immune boosting. And when following lower calorie diets, especially during high stress times, you need that. Be nice. Coach, what's the best cycle? Should I blast and cruise, test Cypionate, D-ball, and Anavar all year round? Be nice. I think you're being absolutely crazy. You can't be on D-ball. You can't be on Anavar all year round. You will completely blow out your liver. You will completely ruin your appetite. You will start to get extremely sick. Now, if you're talking about test Cypionate, you should be under a doctor's care. There should be a medical need for it. It should be coming from a pharmaceutical. You should be getting your comprehensive blood panels done every 8 to 12 weeks, probably maximum, and you should be trying to follow the lowest possible dose. Although there is a lot of good data on frequent injections at lower doses. That way you don't have as much spiking of your testosterone, spiking and crashing. Those who are taking one shot out once a week or once every 2 weeks or so, you're peaking and you're crashing. Peaking and crashing. It appears the data is now showing it's better to take small doses every day or every other day, and you can take considerably less total milligrams during that period of time. And I think that's being a little funny, so I'm being a little funny here too. Remember, this is not medical advice. This is just for shits and giggles. Yamid, hey, coach, what's up, Yamid? Greetings from Colombia. What's up? Michael Dirksen, last week of 3 weeks to shredded, 221 down to 204 this morning. 4 days left, so freaking pumped. Michael Dirksen right now is down 17 pounds, 04 to 14, 17 pounds, 18 pounds down, 18 pounds down on 3 weeks to shredded with 4 days left. 3 weeks to shredded was designed to lose 21 pounds in 21 days. Michael Dirksen is following that exact anticipated weight loss. This is at thedolcediet.com. You want to follow the most effective, healthy weight loss program ever devised? Do what Michael Dirks is doing. Go from 221 to 204 in just over 2 weeks. How about that? No keto. Guess what? He's eating carbs every single day, multiple meals a day, every single day. Real person, real results. Where's my keto people at? Explain that away. He's eating 4 servings of fruit every day. He's eating oats every single morning. He's having jasmine white rice spread throughout his day. He's having sprouted grain toast from time to time. He's eating apples every night before he goes to bed. Way more carbohydrates than these keto people talk about. How come he's down 18 pounds in 18 days, 19 days? 17 days, actually. Why is that? Why is that? Carb-fueled fat loss. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Michael Dirksen, down. This is all at thedolcediet.com, guys. It's the 3 weeks to shredded program. It is completely personalized to you. It's on your mobile, on your tablet, on your laptop. Use my promo code DolceTube, all one word, save 10%, get started. Why not? Michael Dirksen is going to be super shredded to end summer. Do you know all the tail that's going to be chasing this dude around the beach to close out summer? Why not? Why not get in your best shape and eat carbs all the way? Carb-fueled fat loss. Yamid, please talk about squats and steak program. Squats and steak, how to gain 20 pounds of muscle and add 200 pounds to your back squat in 12 weeks. I'm going to do a video on that later on in the week. So keep it. You heard it here. It's coming soon. Keep it here. And everyone listening, give this video a thumbs up. Bang, 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 bang. Thumbs up if you're there. Thumbs up so I know you care. Thumbs up if you're watching live, and thumbs up on the replay. Give the video a thumbs up. And remember, you can leave a comment below this video. Say F you Dolce. That means effing unbelievable content, and I will give you an FU right back. Gadelia says, are all the carbs you mentioned you would recommend for diabetics or pre-diabetics? I know you have dietitians for diabetics, but can you speak or do a podcast for diabetics who are athletes? I will actually do a podcast on that. I'll go deeper for you. I got to jump out here very, very soon. Real says Dave Palumbo versus Mike Dolce. I guarantee Dave and I are 95% in line when it comes to nutrition. It's just he works with bodybuilders. I work with more combat athletes, more glycolytic athletes. Be nice. Can I eat that? No, you cannot do that. No, you can't. Denny, Mike, what do you think of Kelly Slater's A Supple Leopard Worth the Read? Absolutely. I met Kelly a while back at the Reebok in Boston. Kelly's a great guy. He's very smart guy. So yeah, definitely read that. There's lots to take away from his book. West End, why do people think fruit makes you fat? Because all these faux fitness frauds out there are telling you that so they can slang their exogenous ketone bullshit your way. So you can buy their crap. I make no money if you guys go out and buy blueberries and grapes and strawberries and raspberries and quinoa and oatmeal. I don't make any money off that. I cannot monetize that. I can't do that. But I'm telling you to go out and do that anyway. Go out and do that. You don't have to buy anything. Just go buy real food. Go buy a shit. Go to your farmer's market, stock up, get a rainbow filled basket or bag of plant life and bring that shit home and eat that shit and love that shit. That's what you should do. They can't make any money doing it, so they're not going to tell you to go out and do it. That's the problem. That's why they say fruit makes you fat, which is not true. Because I'll point to every athlete I've ever worked with and show off. My athletes are bodybuilders shredded. Bodybuilders shredded, and they're eating fruit the entire time, and they go out there and fight for 15 to 25 minutes the next day. Bodybuilders can't do that. Nobody can do that, to fight at those levels, at that level of intensity, using all that type of energy, all the widest variety of energy substrates these athletes use. How can our athletes do that? Because they're carb fueled. Carb fueled. Why I would love you to talk to Jordan Peterson and his daughter, the swear but carnivore diet. Well, it's funny, that Jordan Peterson promotes the carnivore diet that his daughter sells. It's interesting. It's interesting. West End, not Kelly Slater, it's Kelly Starrett, and that's probably a typo. I caught that. Supple leopards definitely worth recall. Petersons have a certain disease. That's why carnivore works for them. I guarantee it doesn't work for them. She sells it. She sells it. Right? Think about it. Just be a common sense adult, right? Think about it for a second. Check out Dave Plumb on the keto diet. First ever 300-pound bodybuilder, 3 years of medical school, smart guy. But Dave didn't get that big doing keto, real. He got that big eating 10 fucking McDonald's burgers every day. That's how he got that big. How much burgers do you think he was eating? Eating hash browns by the boatload. He talks about it all the time, man. Stop with the keto stuff. Either you're trolling now or you just don't know what you're talking about. You need to go and listen and learn a little bit more. I've listened to a lot of Dave's stuff. I watch almost every episode he puts out. I enjoy Dave's stuff. He talks all the time about all the carbs he eats and used to eat, all the shakes and potatoes and rice and beans and all the sandwiches and the pastas and the pizza and all that stuff. He didn't get that big on keto. He just throws in keto a week or two beforehand to get scraped out that last little bit of body fat. Able, valuable information. Cool. Junior Rays, everyone like this video. Support his channel. He gives all these free lessons. And that's true. This is all free. This is all free stuff, people. Alex, Mike, I had a shame eating weekend and need to get all the trash out of my body. What workout should I go right and do? I would hit body weight. If that's me personally, I'm going to hit a shit ton of body weight. I'm going to do maybe 25 body weight squats, 25 push-ups, 25 or chin-ups to failure, 25 V-ups, 25 burpees, 25 seconds of holding plank, and I'm going to repeat that for 30 minutes. See how you go. How many days without creatine for it to stop working? Depends on the individual. I'd say 3 to 10 days for the average. Junior Rays, full video on fighter nutrition and supplements pre, intra, post. Okay, I can do that for sure. Brandon, I jumped on. How was the Dolce Diet program this weekend? Brandon, it was awesome, man. What a great group, great energy, great content, great information. It was an excellent program. Real, yes, mainly for bodybuilding diets. I've lasted over 16 weeks, then I go back to low carbs. It works for me. Hey, man, I'm not mad at you. Do your thing. Chris, if you did lose a bunch of weight on keto, what's the best plan to transition back to carbs? Slowly. I go slow, man. I go slowly but surely. I'd start putting them back in. Elijah Holmes, is Bang bad for you? Bang energy drink? I don't know what the ingredients are, but most likely. I've never drank it. Real Mike Dolce is the effing man. Thank you, Real. I appreciate that. You sus 250. All right. We don't give drug conversation. We don't give out drug information on this channel. So I won't say that. I'm not mad about it though. Sergeant Muay Thai, F you Dolce. I appreciate that. Brad Diaz, F you Dolce, F you Brad. Christopher, F you Dolce, F you. And guys, so you're listening. What FU means? It means effing unbelievable content. It's a little inside joke here on the Mike Dolce show, the Dolce Diet channel. So in the comment section, if you leave FU Dolce, it means effing unbelievable content. It's a great way for us to engage with each other. And I usually always leave you an FU back. Plus, if you leave comments below this video when it posts, you'll go back and look at my past videos. I do my best to answer every single one. And a lot of these videos are fueled by your suggestions. So thank you. Junior Rays, yes, sir. You got it, Denny. Thanks. You're right. It's Kelly Starrett. Cool. Sergeant Mointai, have the opportunity to go back to school. Better go for a degree in nutrition or something like health science or healthy lifestyle coaching degree if I'm looking to do more. If you're going back to school, I'm leaning towards a Bachelor of Science, so I have a wide variety of areas to practice in. That would kind of be the first step to go. I actually have a good friend of mine who doesn't know what he wants to do yet, but he wants to work in the sciences. I said, we'll get the prereqs out of the way. Start working toward a general Bachelor of Science, because that will allow you to step into any field. And then you just need to intern or get a little specificity in that specific field with a general Bachelor of Science degree. So if someone is going to eat something not healthy like a pizza, would it be better to eat a whole pizza the day you got it or spread it out over 3 days? It would be better to just eat in that meal and then get back to your regular life. King Hap, what's up, brother? Hey, coach, when I finish my workout at 8 or 9 p.m., then shower in bed, what's the best post-workout nutrition? I keep thinking eat a meal, then I think grass-fed protein. I would have grass-fed protein as I'm leaving the gym, and then I would have a meal right before I fall asleep. Chris, whey or collagen for protein, both work well. Whey is better for post-workout. For the whey is more of an kind of an easy analogy. Whey is better for athletes. Collagen is better for health advocates. I consume both in my day. King Hap, P.S. My wife and I will be sporting our Dolce nose shirts around the Mr. Olympia in 2 weeks. Lean as F. F-U Dolce. Bang, King Hap. F-U, man. That is awesome, brother. Take some photos. So I love it, bro. That's awesome. Whey protein is the best. Chris, yes, the collagen protein, there is certainly good merit there. All right, guys and gals, I appreciate you being here. Thank you. 40 minutes deep into these live chats. I put videos out 6 days per week. I'm dedicated to providing you as much usable, actionable content as possible. That is completely BS free. Everything I said, please do your research. Research everything I said. And please, please, please try and prove me wrong. You won't. You will become educated in the process, though. And that's what I'm talking about. West End, Dolce, what are your thoughts on Kratom? I don't know enough about it. I'd like to reach out to my buddy Chris Bello and get some Kratom information. I know Chris is big into that, knows a lot about it. So I'll reach out to Chris. I appreciate you guys for being here. Thank you for being a part of the community. Thank you for engaging and sharing and asking the great questions. It's awesome. Remember, leave a thumbs up for this video. Bang, 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 bang. Leave a thumbs up so I know you're out there. That means a lot to me to see those thumbs up. So thank you. I do appreciate that. And then leave a comment below this video. Once again, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. Gadelia, you're the man. Thanks for all of your content. Gadelia, thank you so much for being a part of the channel, for leaving your comments, for asking questions, for engaging. That's huge. That's really what I appreciate about this. I get to hang out with you guys, to chit chat. This is like, I'm picturing like we're all just hanging out at the coffee shop, just shooting the shit together. That's what I picture when I'm here doing these live chats with you guys. You guys are all absolutely amazing. And until next time, boom.